Hi everyone, this is a video explaining to you how to go ahead and set up a repository for a group project for one that's already been created by your partner in Bitbucket. So in order to do that, all you need is that partner to share their Bitbucket project with you. So as an example, I'm going to go over to Sam's Bitbucket project, which has been shared with me. Here it is. I'm going to go and click on that, and I'm going to get the link to the Bitbucket site repository. Here it is. So I'm going to copy that. So in order to set it up on my end, and this is the case in any of for your official group project, what you're going to do is you're only really going to need one person to set it up on their end, and then they're going to start with the work. Basically, right away, they're going to create their own local repository, commit something, push it up, set up Bitbucket, push it up there, and then right away you can go grab that link just like I've done and pull all the information on your end as well. So what's going to happen to get it started is you're going to clone the repository. You want a copy of not only the revision changes but also the files themselves. You're going to take that link and you're going to post that right where the source is. So I'm going to look for all those files and folders within this snaky folder that Sam has set up. And for the destination folder, I'm simply just going to create one on my desktop as we've been doing here. So I'll create a new folder and I'll name it the same thing. Snaky. There it is. Select the folder. And we're ready to go. So I'm going to clone that. Now when this is all done, I'm going to see right away the revision history at the top. Importantly here, the console is going to allow me to actually work right from within that snaky folder. So if you look at my desktop folder, I actually created a folder called snaky, and inside of that I've now got everything that was there from previous revisions, everything that my partner, in this case Sam, has created. So I can go ahead now and I can do a couple of things. So the first thing, I'm going to edit the test file. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and throw an extra file in the folder here just to update it a little bit. So I've got my daughter's fairy dust game. I'm going to bring that file in here as well. Actually, I should copy that, not make sure I don't delete that from hers. There we go. So I've added a new file. I'm just going to go ahead and make a change right here. I was actually here previously, so I'm going to go ahead. They're not here to get me today. That's good news. So I'm going to put Mr. M was here again, add a slight change to the file. I'm going to save that and close it. So now I go into Mercurial, and first of all, I can check on the status of the folder, and right away the revisions have been identified, the changes have been identified. Currently there's modification to test.py, which I made, and I also added a file, Emily's fairydust.py. So what I can do here is I can go ahead and commit this locally on my own machine first. So I'm going to go ahead and commit my changes because I'm happy with the changes that I've made. I made another change to your files, Sam and Justin. Save that, that's my comment. There we go. Now I can see, originally I made my initial changes about 9-10 minutes ago, and I'm going to go ahead and make more changes on my end. So I'm done with changes for today. I'm going to go ahead and push this back up to Bitbucket. So I'm going to push the outgoing changes. It's going to prompt me if I want to send them to that same place in which I cloned from. I'm going to say yes. And now I go over to the Bitbucket. I should show what happens there. There we go. So it has successfully, or rather prompt me for my password here first. And then it should tell me that it has successfully added those. There we go. So one change set with one change. Now if I go to the log now of everything that's been done here, see that the first few revisions were made by Sam, and then Justin came along and made a few changes a couple days ago, and now me. I made my change today, and I obviously can't spell very well, but I made another change right here. So I can go now and look at that Bitbucket page, and if I refresh that page, there we go. 31 seconds ago, I just made my most recent commit. And I also made one 10 minutes ago as well. So this illustrates how you can now share. Basically, one team member sets up the repository in Bitbucket. The other one just, once it's shared with them, you go and copy that link, and then you clone to get going. Once you clone that repository, now you're all set up. You're actually going to have at your disposal access to not only the revision history, which is included within these two files, but also the actual files themselves here. So that's a tutorial explaining how to get you started. Now, the only thing you're going to need to look through on your own at this point would just be making sure that you're set up, if you are working on the same file, that you do know how to work with basically those merging scenarios where you might both be working on the same file, and then how to recognize which changes you need to accept. So if you go through the init HG tutorial, this is the second component for setting up a team. You will see that about halfway down we start to talk about how after you've cloned and so on, as soon as we've got two people working on the same thing, what we can do in terms of merging those changes. Okay, so this is the type of situation that you might get into once in a while. You can look here for details on how to deal with that. So that's it. If you have any questions, make sure that you drop in as soon as possible, and I'll meet with you anytime if you need, just to make sure you can sort out how to get this thing up and running off the ground.